It's time for Mr. Fundamental!
Presented by no one.
By now I'm sure you've heard of Aron Baynes' breakout season at age 33. He's setting career highs across the board, and he's a big part of the Suns' early success in the season, especially with DeAndre Ayton suspended. After a 7-5 start to the season, the injury bug hit Baynes and the Suns started to slow down. So let's take a look at how Baynes makes the game easier for the team. First off, let's look at the obvious thing first, 3-point shooting. Baynes is setting the net on fire by hitting almost 44% from deep on just under 4.5 attempts per game. This provides plenty of gravity and spacing to the Suns' offense. What you might not realize is that even though the Suns are ranked 6th in the league in offensive rating, they hover around league average in field goal percentage within 5 feet. In other words, the Suns have some poor finishers at the rim, most notably Ricky Rubio. Baynes' presence as a stretch big pulls their rim protector away, and the driver only needs to worry about their own defender. Coming down the court, Draymond is containing Rubio's drive, but he leaves early, or else Baynes will get a trailing 3. Curry wasn't in position to stop the drive, and he was forced to foul. If Baynes' defender commits to the drive, Rubio can find him for the pick and pop. Rubio is still missing a lot of close shots, but imagine how much worse it could get without Baynes dragging his defender out of the paint. No one has benefited more from Baynes' impact than Devin Booker, who's posting career highs in shooting efficiency. With Baynes at the elbow, a quick cut by Booker gets him the dunk, before the help defense realizes. With Baynes out on top again, a backdoor gets Booker deep in the paint and gets the short jumper to fall. Now you might be thinking, when Baynes got injured, the Suns played another stretch big in Kaminsky, so there shouldn't be a huge difference. That is true. Although Kaminsky can make these threes, centers have been willing to help off him and pack the paint, forcing Oubre to miss. Besides that, there are two other things that Baynes provides. One is his physicality. At 6'10 and 260 pounds, he's a huge presence. Just ask this announcer.
Took a look at Baynes in the shower. He looks like all of Australia.
He sets bruising screens to get his teammates open. With his defender sagging back, Booker can rise up and nail the 3-ball. They get so worried about the trailing defender that Baynes can pop for open looks behind the arc. Not only that, he uses his size to carve out space in the paint for his teammates to finish as well. Exhibit A. The Sixers trap Booker, and he swings it to Oubre. Notice how Horford is recovering on Baynes. Baynes seals him off, carving out space for an uncontested layup. Again, Horford recovers on Baynes. Booker blows by Simmons, and look at the space Baynes created. Booker could have gotten an open layup, but opted for a floater instead. Baynes is shooting a career high within 0 to 3 feet since getting regular minutes, and there's no doubt that helped the Suns' close range numbers. The Lakers switched to pick and roll, and look at Baynes fending off Kuzma. If Rubio got past Howard, he'll have all this space to finish. It doesn't happen, but that same fend off got him inside position, and Kuzma had to foul. Again, Baynes had Green on him, and he wanted to attack the mismatch. He doesn't get it, but he doesn't allow Green to switch or help on the Rubio's drive. He opts for the short jumper and misses, but these are good open looks. Baynes didn't completely seal off O'Quinn, but look at what a hard time he had trying to keep him out of the paint, and Baynes still managed to carve out this much space. Booker didn't use it, but Baynes was right there for the board if he missed. It doesn't always work, especially against a smart defender like Horford. You can see Baynes trying to seal off his right side, since Saric is driving in that direction. Horford gets over his right shoulder, and this forces Saric to pull up instead. This time, he caught Horford on the high side and sealed him off, but Johnson drives in the wrong direction. He makes the shot, but look who would have been there for the rebound. But more often than not, he's too hard to keep out of the paint and leads to good shots for his teammates or himself. The other thing that he brings is defense. He's not the quickest or tallest defender, but he's much more of a presence on the defensive end than Kaminsky. Getting stops allow more transition opportunities, meaning easier shots all around. But for the Suns, it means easier shots at the rim. His rebounding numbers aren't eye-popping, but he consistently boxes out, ending defensive possessions, and the Suns attack early. Again, the Suns attack in transition. Look at how deep Baynes is in the paint, and he hits the turnaround hook. Compare the Suns' defensive rating and pace, with and without Baynes. The sample size is small, but it had a huge drop-off in defensive rating without Baynes, and not surprisingly, their pace drops as well. Without Baynes, Booker doesn't even consider passing to the open Kaminsky and chooses a tougher pass to Saric instead, almost turning it over. Diallo rolls to the rim after the pick and roll. After the ball gets swung to Oubre, this is the perfect opportunity to seal off Jokic. Diallo doesn't do that, and Jokic challenges the shot. A lot of what Baynes brings helps with the Suns' average finishing efficiency. After stringing together a few finishes at the rim, defenses will start to pack the paint. That's when the Suns will take it away with their top 10 3-point shooting and win games. The Suns won 2 of their last 3 without Baynes, but those were very close games and fueled by unsustainable performances by certain players. They really need Baynes' presence on the court, and I'm very interested in what the rotation would be like when both Baynes and Ayton returns. There were rumblings in the offseason that they might play Ayton at the 4 next to Baynes, but it's more likely that Baynes will make his impact off the bench. Unless Ayton starts taking and making threes, the Suns might need to adjust their offense, which has spacing as a priority. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like rating down below, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.